Hey guys, Dodgeball 3 here, back once again for part 3 of my top favorite comedies, and these ones are going to be pretty much my top favorite ones. The ones that, if I'm looking for a funny movie, I usually go to these. A lot of these, my cousin actually turned me on to, so like the first one I'm going to show off. But I'm going to go ahead and get right onto it, because I don't have as many as I used to in the last video, but I'm still going to just, I'm not going to waste so much time. But the first one, this one is it's not just a comedy, it's more of a dramedy, in my opinion. But it's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Johnny Depp, of course. And this one is based on the book by Hunter S. Thompson. And yeah, this movie is, when I first saw this movie, it was hilarious. Like when they're driving through, when they're driving through the desert and all the bats are coming around, it's like, we can't stop here now, man. This is bad country. And stuff like that is just hilarious and things like that. And the first line in the movie is, we were somewhere around Barstow when the drugs began to take hold. I mean, what more could you ask for? When a movie starts off with a line like that, you know it's gonna be good. Yeah, but this is the nice Criterion release, which is really, really nice. I really love this movie. I also love this, the symmetry of the movie and the fact that this movie is one of those movies where it has a deeper meaning than what it really is and what you think it is. It's got sort of, deeper meanings and stuff like that that you have to watch the movie a few times. I actually picked up on some of the meanings, like the first time I watched it, and I really enjoyed it for what it was. The next one, this is one of my favorite TV shows that I used to watch all the time. My cousin actually got me into the TV show, but it's Jackass, the movie. I definitely love this movie. I love the whole Jackass TV series. I'm a big fan of all the characters. If I had to pick, I think part 2 is probably the craziest one of the movies, and I definitely have to say that probably number 2 is probably next to the first one. Probably my favorite one of the trilogy, or no, the first one of all the movies that they made. But yeah, this one's hilarious. I'm a big fan of this. I'm also a big fan of Steve-O and Chris Pontius's other show, Wild Boys, and Bam's show. I used to be a big Bam Margera fan back when I was really young, when I was getting into skateboarding and stuff. But this was pretty much the roots of Bam, Jackass. Great movie. Now, the next one, this is probably the first Jim Carrey movie I ever saw. And it's also the first comedy I ever saw that was PG-13 rated. I've seen other movies that were rated PG-13, but they were like Jurassic Park, or Independence Day, or action movies like that. I've never seen a comedy rated PG-13, and I saw this again with my cousin, and it's The Mask. And I think my aunt showed me this movie. This one's a really good one. It's when Jim Carrey basically finds his mask, who's got this power, and he turns Jim Carrey into sort of this loser guy, into this superhero type guy. Cameron Diaz is in it as well. Really good one. I really like this one. I have not watched it in forever, but there's so many memorable moments that are really good. The Mask. Now the next one, this one was one movie that has Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller in it. It's a more recent one, Dodgeball. Now I actually really like this one. I think it's really really crude, really funny. Yeah, I remember watching this a lot with my cousin. So Dodgeball, really good one. Like I said, I've not watched these movies in a long time, so I'm not going to talk too much about them. But Ben Stiller's character is just hilarious. Just so over the top, and he's such a douchey character that, he's just one of those guys you want to punch in the face. Next one is Good Luck Chuck with Dane Cook and Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba is beautiful. But yeah, this movie is so funny. If you don't know it, basically Dane Cook, he gets this spell put on him by this goth chick, where any girl that he has sex with, once she dumps him, then they will go and they will find their true love that they married. And he ends up falling for Jessica Alba's character, and he doesn't want to have sex with her because he's worried that if he does, then she'll dump him and go find somebody else and marry him. And so he tries to, the whole movie is just him trying to break the spell, And I think like the first 20 minutes of the movie is him just banging a bunch of chicks. What more could you ask for? What's sex without marriage? Sex. It's still sex. Now the next one, I watched this movie with my cousin, and we both freaking loved it. It was I like the first one, Road Trip, but I definitely have to say this one is truly one of my top favorite ones, and it's Euro Trip. Basically, there's this movie is freaking hilarious. There's one really horrible scene where they go to a nude beach trying to look for girls, and it's all dudes. And there's a scene of it on the back, and they end up getting chased by a bunch of naked guys. It's just and yeah, this one's a really funny one. I really liked that guy's character Cooper. I thought he was really funny in this one. But yeah, Euro Trip, really good one. Winnie girl, my dog's in here. But yeah, really good one. I really like that one. Now the next one is another movie I saw with my cousin, and you know we'll be sitting around just chilling out, and like we will just randomly say lines from the movie and quote it. But it's Grandma's Boy. I know it's not a stoner comedy, but this movie is just hilarious. First time I saw it, you know, and me and my cousin Spencer, he's really big into video games, and so we always thought that his dream job would be, you know, being a video game tester. But there were so many funny scenes, like, you know, when after they end up smoking and they hear the phone ringing, and that guy Dante's like, "What's that ringing? Do I have a tumor?" And then picks him up and he's like, "Dude, I'm way too big to drive to the devil's house." Just stuff like that is freaking hilarious. And yeah. Oh, and of course the robot guy was his name, JP. Just the guy. "Please sit on my face." Like, that's just comedy genius. "I hate your face." His character is just so annoying. The guy that created all the video games in the movie, he's just awesome. Alright, now the next one is probably the first. This was the first movie I saw of Ryan Reynolds and Tara Reid. Well, the second movie I saw of Tara Reid, but it's National Lampoon's Van Wilder, and it's hilarious. Basically about the Ryan Reynolds plays this guy who works. Who has been in college for about 7 years, and he never wants to leave because he's pretty much just scared of the real world. And he ends up falling for a report. This girl was doing a report on him, and she has a boyfriend, and you know. The whole movie is just him trying to win her over, but there are so many hilarious scenes. Like, of course, there's the dog that has the giant balls. His balls are like huge, and it's just freaking hilarious. So you gotta have him neutered, man. It's up to him. Yeah, this movie's also pretty gross. Like, there's one scene when they're trying to get back at the one douchebag character in the movie. They jerk off the dog and they make him come in these eclairs, and they make the dude eat it. It's really disgusting. And Tara Reid's character actually puts laxatives in his drink or in his protein shake before he goes to a huge exam and stuff, and he has diarrhea. That shit's funny as hell. Van Wilder, probably my favorite National Lampoon movie, and one of my top favorite comedies. Truly, this movie's hilarious. Highly recommend that one. Alright, now this next one, when me and my cousin first saw this, we could not stop laughing. It was so hilarious. This is considered like the greatest like stoner comedy of all time, I guess you want to call it that. But it's a Pineapple Express with Seth Rogen and James Franco in it. My mind's blanking. But yeah, James Franco's hilarious as the guy Saul. The guy was a trip. You know, like the opening scene when they're just watching TV and it's just like, "I thought hurricane season was over." And me and my cousin Spencer, we would just sit around and play video games and just randomly go, "I thought hurricane season was over." Yeah, or the scene when the drug dealers capture. So if you know what the movie, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But the drug dealers, they capture Saul, and the big black guy's like, yeah, Ted's about to be here, gonna kill you. He's gonna be like, "Kill that motherfucker. Hope you're enjoying the last 17 minutes of your life." He's gonna be like, "Kill that motherfucker. Kill him. Watch your head." That guy was freaking hilarious. Dude, shut the fuck up. Do you know what "shut the fuck up" mean? Shit like that is just so awesome. I just freaking love this movie. It is definitely one of my top 5 funniest movies I've ever seen. Pineapple Express right here. I love this one. I can go on and on just talking about this one movie. I actually think I'm going to start reviewing nothing but comedies, and this is probably going to be the first one I'm going to do. But yeah, one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen. I love this one. And now the last one. This is probably my favorite teen comedy, and one reason why I like it is because I think it's a lot more mature than our teen comedies. Instead of it just being about, you know, a bunch of guys looking for girls trying to have sex, it's actually got, you know, more heart than any of the other ones, and it's American Pie. And this was one of the first like truly like sexual movies that I saw. But basically it's about, a bunch of guys, they make a pact to lose their virginity on prom night, and it's really good. Of course, Jason Biggs has sex with a pie in it, and that's just outrageous and stuff. And of course, I love Michelle, the band camp girl. Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute in my, the stuff like that is freaking hilarious. But I always thought this one was a lot better than a lot of other teen comedies that came out. Unlike, the movie's like, it's really sexual, but it's not. In a way, I think it's got more, like I said, more heart and more meaning to it than anything else. And it's truly my favorite comedy, and probably my favorite teen comedy as well. I really, really enjoyed this one. I think it's got a lot more heart than a lot of other comedies. I think it's more mature than our teen comedies. And as for the other ones, I loved American Pie 2 and American Wedding and American Reunion. And as for the American Pie Presents movies, I actually enjoyed American Pie Presents Band Camp, and then the rest of them were horrible. All the other American Pie Presents movies were just horrible. I just stopped watching them. But yeah, really, really great movie. Highly recommend this one. It's not just, a typical teen comedy. It's really got a lot of heart and a lot of meaning to it, and I really did enjoy this one. Favorite comedy of all time right here, American Pie. Well guys, that is it for part 3 of my top 5 favorite comedies. Again, if you guys have seen these movies, definitely know what you think about them. Leave a video response down below, because I'd love to hear what your favorite comedies are. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all later.